move on to the topic of today. Right. So our general features are all the classes of Swiflearn are 100% live and interactive classes. Over here, you can ask any sort of doubt regarding the topic or confusion, and everything, all the concepts will be clear in the classes only. Fine. Secondly, we give the personalized attention to each and every students to all of our batches, because our batches consist of maximum number of 6 students, not more than that. Okay, so this also help us to keep an eye on you, like clear all your doubts, and this will also help you to ask all the doubts and clear everything whatever you have in the mind, right? Thirdly, we have a very good academic, dedicated academic mentor team who continuously track on the student's progress. So, how the student is doing in the class, how they are performing their homework, how they are writing down the question and answer, everything is tracked by the academic mentor team, and accordingly, you will get the feedback so that it will help you to improve properly. Right. And fourthly, which is also very important, that is we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule, and also we handle some of the custom requests, like you can ask us to go through a like a particular topic which you have in your school exam, so we will move on to those topic first, and then we will go back to the rest of the topic. So this type of custom requests generally we handle in Swiflearn. So these are our general features, and let us find out what are the key features of Swiflearn. So first of all, over here we maintain a detailed progress report of each and every students, how you are performing the homework, what is your grasping capacity, how you are understanding all the concepts, in which topic you are already prepared for the exam, and which topic you need more focus on. Everything is actually tracked over here, and in the certain interval you will get all the reports, so that you will be able to understand where you are lagging, and you can work on it and you can improve yourself, right? Secondly, we have the Swiflearn academic test series, which in short which we call as the SATs, where you will be able to perform yourself, and you will be able to understand where you were, what is your rank in all over India. Okay, so this SAT actually happen in every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is a type of Olympiad type of test where you can perform, and you will be able to understand about the total knowledge you have, right, of the different subjects. Thirdly, you can take the unlimited practice test after completing each and every chapter of the different subjects. Over here you can get all the different types of questions, like both the subjective as well as the objective question. In case of objective question, you will get the true false, filling the blanks, MCQs, like one word answer, one sentence answer. Okay, match the columns. So these will come under the objective question, as well as very important is the MCQs. And the subjective test is also there before going to your school exam or the board exam. You can perform the subjective test where you have to write the answers, you have to upload the diagram by drawing the diagram in your copy, or you can upload the different graphs after making the graphs. So we have a very good team of teacher who will look after this. They will give you, they will suggest you how to write the answer, what are the different key points, key words which should be there in the answer, and accordingly you will practice and you will get the full marks, right? So these are our key features. So to experience all this, please book a free trial class. Now the admission is also going on for the new session, right? So book a free trial class and do learn with us, right? So please stay with Swiflearn and stay with us in the throughout the session, as you already do, right? So for all of you who have not subscribed our channel till now, please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. Fine. Okay, so please stay with Swiflearn, like, comment and share, right? Chalo. So let us now move on to the topic of discussion. So today, as I have already said, that today's topic of discussion is garbage in and garbage out, right? So over here we have already studied about the first session, what is garbage in and garbage out, what is the garbage, where do we throw actually the garbage, who collect the garbage to all the different from all the different colonies, or we can see the all the different houses in every early morning, and where do they actually throw their garbages. This idea we already have from the previous session, right? Now we will move on, we will come to know a lot about this garbage and how we can recycle and reuse the various types of garbages, right? Now, today our learning objectives are, first of all, we will study about the colored bins. Okay, what is the meaning of the colored dustbins, and why do we use the different colors of dustbin for throwing the different types of garbages? What is the use for that? Okay, so we will study this one. Secondly, we will study about the garbage control. We can, how can we reduce the throwing of the garbage, and how can we control the garbage and throwing of the garbage here and there, so that we can control the whole pollution, whether it is the soil pollution or water pollution or air pollution, as well as we can again and again recycle and reuse the different garbage things, or whatever garbages are already useful to us, means we can again and again use them by recycling or reusing them. So we will study more about that. Then we will study about the paper recycle, how we can recycle the paper. Okay, and what actually we can make out from the waste papers, or we can say the from the old newspaper. We will study all these things, and when the newspapers are collected by the different people, how they are going to the different industries or factories, and how the processing takes place to make the new papers. We will study more about this also. And finally we will study about the importance and impact of the plastic. That is also very much important to know, right? So to maintain the whole ecosystem and the environment clean, we need to know all about this garbage control and how we can use the different types of products, right? The plastic and all. Okay, so before going to the topic, let me ask you some of the question. Let me see whether you have already remember all of them or not. First of all, you tell me, who collects the garbage from our houses? So what happened in the early morning? Somebody come and collect the garbages from your house, right? Do you notice this? Yeah. Okay, so who comes collect the garbage from your house? Can you please tell me now? So, as you already know, that whoever is there and listening to my session, and who will give me the correct answer first, as well as most of the answers, it will be an interactive session. So, his or her name I will write as the student of the session at the end of the session. Okay, I'll write their name on the screen. Fine. So please let me see who can give me the correct answer in the chat box. Okay, so who collect the garbage from our houses? I can see many of you are looking into the sessions. Okay, so let me see who can give me the correct answer first. Who collect the garbage from our houses and they go to the landfills to drop all of them? So who are they? We have already studied this in the previous session. Remember? Yes, let me see who can give me the correct answer and who will be the student of the session for today. Yes, they are the different. Yes, the Safai Karmacharis. Okay, the different Safai Karmacharis collect the different garbages every day from our houses, and they take this to a particular type of area, which are the low lying area, which we call them as the landfill. Clear? Hai? Okay. Now, can you tell me what is landfill? Yes. What do you mean by landfill? We have already studied about the landfill, as well as we have discussed. I have just said the word landfill in the previous slide also, right? Hi Shivank, how are you? Okay. So let me get the idea what you have about landfills. Yes. And also I would like to get the answer for this next question also, that is what is useful and non-useful garbage. So let me see who can give me the correct answer first. Yes, let me see who is giving me the answers in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. So the landfills are the different particular area which are the low-lying area where all the garbages are thrown. After the Safai Karamcharis take the garbages from all or collect the garbages from all our houses, they will go and throw to all of them in the low-lying area, and this low-lying area is known as the landfill. Remember? Yes, and now let me see who can give me the second answer correctly. What is useful and non-useful garbages? Yes, let me see. Shivang, can you give me the correct answer now? Yes, definitely you can join my class, beta. Okay. Okay, Shivang, definitely you can join. Okay, so what is the useful and the non-useful garbages? We have already studied in the previous session that the useful garbages are those which we can again and again use them, right? We can recycle or reuse them. And the for example, we can say like the plastic, the bottles, the metals, the glasses, right? These are the different useful garbages. And what are the non-useful garbages? Which we cannot use again and again, right? Which can be decomposed, like for example we can say the vegetable pills or the different fruit pills, which are the mainly the kitchen garbages, right? During the cutting down of the vegetables and the fruits, we get the pills out of them, right? So we cannot use them for making anything else, right, at home. So we can decompose them or we throw them, and it will go for to the different decomposition areas, right? So these are the different non-useful garbages. Fine. Now can you tell me why do we use two different dustbins? Yes, we have already seen that we use the dustbins. One is of the blue color and another one is of the green color. Have you ever seen this in your surrounding, in the environment or where you live? Or you can see the same thing in the different corners of your um, compounds, right? Have you ever noticed this? That some of the dustbins are green in color and some of the dustbins are blue in color. Why do they actually different in colors? Because we need to throw the different items in these two different dustbins. Okay, so from now always keep it in mind that do not mix up the two dustbins or the different types of garbages which you were throwing. So always keep it in mind that all the useful garbages like the plastic, metals, glass containers and all, you will throw them into the blue dustbin, and all the vegetable pills or the organic materials we can say, or the fruit pills, we have to throw them into the green dustbin, which can be again and again decomposed, right? So to separate these two different garbages, we need to use the two different types of dustbins, right? One is green in color, another one is the blue in color. After this much clear, everyone? If you have any question, please write down in the chat box. Any question? Yes? Everything is clear now? Chalo. So blue beans are only for the materials which we can use again and again, right? We can recycle them or reuse them. And green beans are those for the materials which are organic in nature, we can say, which are the vegetable peels or the fruit peels, which cannot be used again and again. What we can do, we can throw them so that decomposition can take place. Okay, to make the different compost. Remember, so we have already studied about the compost, we have already studied about composting, right, in the previous session, as well as we have also studied about a special type of compost. What was that? It was the, yes, vermicompost. Remember? Okay, so composting can be done by from this the materials which are collected in the green dustbin. Okay, so which we cannot use again and again by recycling, but the materials which are collected in the blue dustbin, this can be again and again used, right? So that is why we should actually throw the different waste products in the two different dustbins. Up to this much clear, Hannah? Yes, everything is clear. Chalo. Now, can you tell me? Can you suggest some of the materials we or some of the methods to reduce the amount of garbage? How can we reduce the amount of garbage to throw all the garbages into the dustbin if we don't want to throw all the garbages into the dustbin? Can we like it will be reduced, right? So how can we reduce that? Any idea? We can reduce that by keep it in mind the 5 R's. Okay, what are the 5 R's? Reduce the throwing of the garbage and reduce the using of the different things again, different things. Secondly, reuse means the garbages which are usable, okay, or useful garbages. We can again and again reuse them, right? For example, if I tell you about a plastic bottle, okay, the water bottle. So after, or a cold drink bottle to be very specific, after drinking the cold drink, we should not throw them again into the dustbin. Okay, so it is made up of a plastic material, so we can use that plastic material, right? So how can we use the plastic material? By coloring on it, by making it into flower vase or something like that, or paint stand, right? We can make the different types of things so that it will be reused. Fine. Now coming to the third R, which is recycle. So there are also the different types of materials like this plastic bottles and all the different plastic materials. We can also say the paper materials which can be again and again recycled. Okay, so after recycling, definitely recycling will take a lot of energy loss will take place, but then also after recycling na, we will get back the different products again. We can again by recycling the paper, we can get back the paper, okay, so that most of the trees will not be cut down due to getting off the paper. Fine. So reduce, reuse, recycle, these are the very important thing, 3 R's. And what are the other 2 R's? Repair and reject. So we should also keep it in mind that sometimes we have to reject using the packets like plastic packets and all, or we can repair the old products, okay, the repairing the old products to make a very useful new products. Okay, so these are the 5 R's which are there. You have to keep it in mind so that we can reduce the amount of garbages. So if you reduce the amount of garbages, we can use the all the different items which we are using in our daily life again and again, right? So there are some common steps to reduce the waste. So what can be the steps? I have told you some of the steps or some of the ideas I have given you. Apart from that, we can also make the different files out of the old chart papers or old greetings card, or also we can say that after you are going to the next grade, like you are going from 6th to 7th, okay, so what will you do? The old papers, books and all are there, so you can make the different types of files out of it, right? So you will not throw them directly into the dustbin, we can make the different files out of it, right? Secondly, mats can be made by using the different old cloths. Whatever clothes you are having, it is it has been shrunk, or you can see like it is not usable because it is not fitting in your body nowadays, because it has become like you have grown. Okay, so what can we do with those old clothes? We can again and again make the different types of items like the mat. Okay, the yes, mat is the most important thing, or we can sometimes make the table cover, okay, or fridge cover, or many other types of things, right? So this is also another method of reducing the waste. Coming to the third thing, make the diary out of the different invitations card. We get the lot of invitation card as well as the greeting cards sometimes, so we can make the diary and we can note down the regular things in the diary, right? So by this we can reduce the wastage of the paper, right? So this is also very important. And we can also make the caps that can be made from the old or the used newspaper. After reading the newspaper, don't throw it in the garbage or don't throw it in the basket, yeah, the dustbin. So we can make the different paper caps and all, right? And also the different types of paper things by like the different materials by coloring on it and again using, right, with it, right? So these are the different steps to reduce the waste. So what we generally do on our like with the old newspaper, we call the kavariwalas and we give them to give all the newspapers to them. So what does the kavariwalas do with this paper? Do you have any idea? They go to collect all the newspaper from the different house, right? Now after collecting the different house, they will go to to the recycling areas, okay, to the different factories where the recycle of the paper will take place. Fine. So this Kavariwala took this all the papers, collect all the papers from the different houses, and they take it to the factories. Now what do they do in the factories? They recycle it, okay, to make the new type of pulp or the paper. How do they do that? The process of waste papers recycling is most often involves the mixing of the paper with the water. Okay, so they mix the paper with the water and the other different types of chemicals, so that they're to break it down into small small pieces, right? Now then it is chopped up and then heated. Okay, so after heating, it will break down the different strands. Okay, the different strands of the cellulose. Cellulose is what? It is a like organic material which is present in the plant cell. Fine. So this cellulose will be broken down into different strands and it will make a total mixture of the pulp or mixture of this. We can also call it as the slurry. Okay. So this will be made, and from this the new newspaper will be made. Fine. So this is how the paper recycling is taking place. Up to this much clear now? If you have any question, please write it down over here in the chat box. Okay. Now the recycling of the paper is the process by which waste paper is turned into new paper products. So these are the steps. We can see that after the collection, after reading the newspaper, we throw it in the dustbin, or the kavariwalas come and take it from our home. Then it will go to the factory, and within the factory the various processing of the paper will take place, the recycling of the paper will take place, and again they will make the new paper out of it. And in the new paper again the printing will take place, and again we can use them as the newspaper or any other papers of the book. Fine. Up to this much clear, Hannah? If you have any question, please ask me. Okay, so the consumers, we can again say, like we have already discussed how we can recycle the paper. Now let us come to the fact that how we can recycle the different plastic materials or the aluminium cans after using them, right? So we throw the aluminium cans directly into the recycle bin, right? So over there the aluminium is then collected from them, and they are taken to the different treatment plants. Fine. Now in this treatment plants the aluminium is sorted and then they are totally cleaned for reprocessing. And after this recycling or reprocessing, what will happen? New forms of things will come out. Okay, and it will again given the different types of colors or the stamps or something like that, and they will be used in the supermarket, right? For, like we can say, for selling any different thing. Okay, so this is how the recycling of the cans takes place. Now up to this much, do you have an idea like how recycling takes place in case of the paper as well as in case of the cans, right? So by this we can recycle the different products by reducing the throwing off the garbages, right? So these are the activity which you can do at home also for recycling the paper. What you have to do, you have to tear the waste papers into very small small pieces. Now take a tub or a bucket full of water. Okay, and then let the paper to remain submerged for like 24 hours one day. Okay, hi Mahavir, good afternoon beta. Okay, so you will submerge all the paper within the bucket full of water. Now make a thick paste out of this paper by pounding it. Okay, so after pounding it, what will you see? Spread the wet paste on the wire mesh. Okay, so that and fix it within a frame so that it will get a proper shape within it. Fine. Now try to make the thickness of the layer very uniform so that it will look like a very plain paper. As much as possible, make it very much uniform. Oh, hi beta, your name is Nisha. Okay, hi Nisha. Okay, and now wait till the whole water will drain off. So to make it a little bit easier or to make it faster, what you can do, you can spread a old cloth on it so that the cloth will soak up the extra water, right? And the remaining water will be drained out, right? Now remove the layer of the paste from the frame very carefully so that the paper will become intact, okay? And spread it on a sheet of newspaper and dry it under the sun. So what you have to do is just take it and dry it under the sun. Now what you can add with that, you can add some food color or the color of the different dry leaves or the pieces of the dry leaves or the petals of the different flower you can add, and it will help you to recycle the paper with the different types of patterns. Okay, you will get the beautiful patterns out of this paper. So this is how we can recycle the paper again and again. Clear, Anna? So I guess from now you will do it at home. Yes, it's a very easy process, right? You can make the different paper and pattern, and also you can make the various types of things out of it. Okay, chalo. Now tell me, did you ever observe that polythene bags and plastic packets are also found in the garbages? Yes. Do you throw the plastic garbages, the plastic bags having the different types of vegetable peels within it, or the any other types of wrappers directly into the beans? Yes. Do you know that the plastics are not at all good for using? Yes, it is a little difficult to think our life without the use of the plastic, right? Because we are very much dependent upon the use of the plastic. If you go to the market to buy anything, the shopkeeper give you everything within the plastic, right? Nowadays it is reducing, but then also if you go to the different shop, you will get the different things which are given to you within the plastic. If we think about the plastic bottles, the cold drink bottles, and the other different juice bottles, these are also made up of plastic. We also use the plastic to throw the different garbage every day. Also, we use the different plastic containers because these are not reacting with the food, and that is why we use to keep the food items, the different snacks, and the different like masalas within the plastic containers, right? So it is very much impossible for making going with our life without plastic, right? And if you think about the different covers or the table chair, you can see the television or the almirah, some parts, so always the parts or the bodies are also made up of the plastic, right? So can you name some of few of the things which are also made up of plastic? Yes. So I have already given you a lot of example. Let me see who can give me more examples of the plastic items. Yes. Let me see. As you already know that who will give me the correct answer first, as well as who will give me most of the answers, his or her name I will write it on the screen at the end of the session, right? Yes. So let me see who can give me the name of the different items which we use in daily life which are made up of plastics. Yeah. So already I have said the plastic containers, the plastic water bottles or cold drink bottle, table and chair, and also the different parts of the different things. Anything else I'm missing? Yes, there are also many other things which are made up of plastics, है ना? I have told just a few of them, right? The plastic bags and all. Yes, Nisha, will you be able to say, or Shivang? Yes, let me see who can give me the answer. Okay, so we can also get the toys, most of the toys with which you play, right? They are also made up of plastic. The radio, the whole body of the radio, the bucket, shoes, pen, refill, we can say the also the table chair, the TV, rather the laptop body, these are all made up of the different plastics, right? The plastic items. So you know we already have an idea that it is always suggested not to use the plastic, and there are many cities nowadays where government has completely banned the use of the plastic, right? So do you think that have you ever thought why this plastic is banned, or do you think that the government has taken a very good step or not? Yes, the government has taken a very good step because plastic has a lot of bad effects on the environment in our body, as well as it has a lot of harmful effect on the body of in the environment, right? So that is why plastic is banned. Fine. Now, what are the different problems which are caused due to the plastic? First of all, the which are kept in the plastic bag, they are very harmful for our health. So if we keep the just the cooked food within the plastic can or the plastic bags, so what will happen, it can mix with it, and when we will consume it, it will create a lot of problem in our body, right? Different types of health issues will come up, right? Secondly, the burning of the plastic releases a lot of harmful gases, including the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and all, right? So the burning of the plastic create the air pollution, we can say, right? So this is also a very problematic thing, or we can say the very like harmful situation which we see, right? Thirdly, the stray animals, they are innocent, right? They will not be able to understand which one is plastic and which one is edible and which one is non edible, right? So what will they do? They will go and sometimes they swallow the plastic. So when the plastic are going inside their body, they cannot digest it, right? Rather, they are getting a lot of problems. The different types of diseases takes place within these stray animals, right? So that is why plastic is again bad for their health, right? And fourthly, the plastic gets into the drains, or we can say if it goes through the drainage system or the sewer system, what will happen? It will choke the total drain and the water will not be able to flow through it. So this is how also the plastic can block the whole drainage system, right? So these are the different problems which are created due to the plastics. Fine. Now, can you tell me some of the suggestions, we can say, how to minimize the use of the plastic? Any idea? I guess you have already studied it in the school, as well as you have already heard from the different people that we need to minimize the use of the plastic. So, how can we minimize the use of the plastic by using the different other different things instead of plastics? Any idea? Yes. Let me see who can give me some more ideas. Okay, so let me give you some of my ideas by sharing the screen, and let me get some more ideas from you. Okay, so I'll expect more ideas you can give me, out of what we can minimize the use of the plastic. So write it in the chat box. Let me tell my suggestions. So we can minimize the use of the plastic bag and reuse the bags whenever it is possible. We can carry a different type of bag to the market and take the different vegetables or whatever market product we want inside our bag, instead of taking the bags, plastic bags from the shopkeeper. Like this we can do, right? Secondly, we can carry a cloth, or we can say the shopkeeper to give a bag which is made up of the jute, or we can say a cloth, or we can sometimes use the paper bag also, right, for shopping. So we already know that when we go to the different malls, some of the shops are there who use only the bags which are made up of cloth or which are made up of jute, right? So it is a bit expensive, but they do not use the plastic bags, right? So we have to stop using this plastic bags. Using of the cloth bag or the jute bag or the paper bags are always encourageable, right? So we can encourage others to use those bags also. Then never use the plastic bag to store the different food items which are edible means the food item should not be stored within the plastic bag, and never throw the plastic bag here and there, so that it will not create any sort of water pollution or the soil pollution, right? Now, coming to avoid the plastic and how we can reduce the harmful effects of the plastic. We should not burn the plastic because it create a lot of harmful gases in the environment, which can create the air pollution. So never burn the plastic. Secondly, don't put the garbage in the plastic bag and then throw it here and there. Okay, so put it in a proper, just collect them in a proper way and throw it inside the different dustbins, right? Thirdly, use the vermicompost at home to deal with the kitchen waste. So all the organic materials like the fruit peels, or we can say the vegetables peels, which are the waste products of the kitchen, we can make them by using the vermicompost. You already have an idea what is the vermicompost, the composting which are made by the, yes, any idea, which are done by the different earthworms. Remember the red worms we have already seen in the previous session. Yes, so we can do this vermicomposting at home. And finally, we can use both the sides of the paper while writing. Okay, don't waste the paper by writing only in one side and just leave the another side of the paper. Please try to write in both the sides so that we can use them properly. The paper will not be wasted. Fine. So let us now find out what are the three main processes or the three main steps involved in the recycling processes. Okay. So it will form in a cycle or it will form in a loop, right? So what are the three main steps? First of all, collecting the recyclables. You have to collect all the recycled items. Okay. Secondly, the recycled items will go to a proper area and the processing or the recycled content products will be made. Okay, so the recycling, the processing will take place properly and it will be recycled to form the new product, and then we have to purchase those new product. Okay, so we also have to purchase the recycled product so that all the three steps will come into a closed loop and we can use the different items again and again. Clear, Hannah, up to this much? Any question you can ask me, any sort of question if you have it in your mind. Yes. Okay, great. So this is the different steps of the recycling process. See, the people are collecting the karamcharis are collecting the different garbages from the different home. So they are going and filling it in the landfill. They are just throwing it in the landfill. Now in the landfill, these are all separated over here. And after separating, some of the things, the papers will go in one place. The steel items will go in one place, aluminium will go in another place, glass will go in another place, and plastics are going in another place. And finally, when they are sorted out, they will go to the different processing industries or factories, and finally the recycle will take place, and from this the different products will go to the supermarket and we will get the products from the supermarket. Clear, Hannah, how it all happens? Yes. Okay, so this is all about the garbage in and garbage out chapter. So we have studied a lot of things over here. Now let me discuss some of the question answers, right? Okay, so my first question is, what are the green and blue dustbins used for? So in the previous session, we have already studied about the different types of dustbins of the different colors. What are they used of? So the green dustbins are used for the garbages which we cannot use again and again, right? And the blue dustbins are used for the garbages, to throw the garbages which we can use again and again. Okay, we can recycle or reuse them. So we should throw all those material into the blue dustbin. Clear, Hannah? Chalo. Now, is it the possible to reduce the problems related to the garbage? Can we reduce the problem which are created within the environment, or which are created the different types of pollution within the environment by reducing the use of the garbage? Yes, any idea? Any idea? Yes. Yes, we can reduce the problem by reducing the usage of the garbage, and also we can reuse the or recycle the garbage at home also by making the vermicompost, by using the different plastic products and the paper products, right? Okay, now coming to the third question, is the garbage disposal the responsibility of the only the government? Yes, do you think so? No, right? we also have the responsibility for properly disposal of the garbage, right? We should also dispose the garbage properly. Not only it is the responsibility of the government, definitely along with the government, it is also the responsibility for all the citizens to properly dispose the garbage and use the different things, right? Okay. Now coming to the different list of some of the problems that can be caused by using the plastic. What are the different problems and why it is always suggested not to use the plastic bags or the plastic materials? Yes, what are the problems by using the plastic materials? We can say that while burning them, it produces a lot of harmful gases. Yes, we can say that the plastic, when they react with the food, it makes the food like harmful. If we consume that food, it will create harm inside our body, right? So it is not at all good for our health. And also the innocent animals, if they swallow the plastic, they will get a lot of diseases, they will die. Okay. And if the plastic items are blocked, they are going into the drainage system, definitely they will block the whole drain, right? Okay, so these are the different problems which are caused due to using of more of the plastics. Fine. Coming to the last one, suggest some of the steps to minimize the use of the plastics. I have already told you what are the different steps, right? What are the different steps? Yes, Shivang. Yes, Nisha. Let me see who will be the student of the session. Yes, who can give me the correct answer? Okay, so if even if you have more ideas, please write it down, as I am already telling you to write down in the chat box. So some of the steps to minimize the use of the plastics are, first of all, we can use the different bags which are made up of cloth or jute or paper bags also, for buying anything from the market. Instead of using the plastic bag, we can carry the different bag to the market, and we can only take the items within our bags only by avoiding the plastic bags, right? Or we can make the different items out of the plastic, or we can reuse the different plastic bags again and again, right? So these are the different steps to minimize the use of the plastic. Fine now. Okay, so let us now move on to a value based question. One very nice situation is given over here. Just go through the story and you have to find out what are the answers from the story only. So over here, Rishav and Rishikesh both are very best friends. Okay, so Rishav is very particular in segregating the different waste which are generated in his house. So whatever generated in his kitchen or the house, he used to segregate them into different products, right? Different items. So he makes compost out of his kitchen waste and use this compost in manuring his potted plants. So as we already know that the compost which are made from the organic materials, we can say that we can keep them in the soil and they increase the fertility of the soil, right? So when the like Rishav was keeping it in the potted plant, definitely the soil fertility will be increased and the plant will grow properly, right? Now, Rishikesh do not bother of segregating his household waste and even throw the wrappers and plastics in the road. So, Rishikesh is a little bit different. Okay, he doesn't bother about the segregation of the different waste products and keeping it reusing it or recycling it. He give it here and there, just throw it here and there, the different plastics and the wrappers in the road also. He's not that much disciplined, right? So let me find out what are the answers. So the first question is, out of the 3 R's, we have already studied about the 3 R's, which one is suitable for plastics? So what we can do with the plastic? Reduce, reuse or recycle. What is more suitable for the plastic products? Yes. Let me see who can give me the correct answer now. Out of the 3 R's, which one is suitable for the plastic product? It is the reduce. Okay, we should reduce the use of the plastic. Fine, because it is very much harmful for the environment. Clear hai? Now compare the attitude of Rishabh and Rishikesh towards the environment. So what type of attitude we can see about Rishabh? Yes, he is making the compost, he is segregating the different waste materials of the houses. So what type of behavior is it? Very eco-friendly. Yes, Rishabh is very eco-friendly, very intelligent, and we can see that that is why he is helping others also for keeping the environment clean, right? But in case of Rishikesh, we can see that Rishikesh is not at all bothered about all these things, right? So he is not at all eco-friendly. Okay. Now, coming to the value of Rishabh. What is the value shown over here? He's very intelligent. He has some scientific aptitude. Okay. We can say like he is eco-friendly. He is careful. He is responsible. He is a very good responsible citizen, right? So these are the different value we can get from Rishabh's attitude, right? Okay. Now let us go for some of the fun facts. Okay, so what are the fun facts? First of all, waste causes the greenhouse gas emission. You already know the harmful gases which comes out for burning of the plastic materials. It increase the greenhouse gases in the environment, right? So the biodegradable items in the landfill rot and decompose, and this produce the methane which contribute to the global warming. So there are various types of greenhouse gases like CFC, methane, carbon dioxide. They actually contribute to the global warming, right? So what is the global warming? It is the average increase of the temperature of a particular region. Okay, on the earth's surface. So this is all about it. And do you know that Americans make up roughly 5% of the world's population, but they generate nearly 40 percent of the world's total waste? Can you imagine? Yes. Okay, now let me give you the challenge of the day. This answer I'll expect only from you. I'll not tell you the answer. Let me see who can give me the correct answer in the chat box. We should not burn or heat plastics. Why? I have already said why we should not burn the plastics, right? So I would like to get the answer from you. And my second question is, can we synthesize electricity by plastic? Very thoughtful question. Okay, so let me say yes. Now, how yes, you will tell me in the chat box. Take care. How can we synthesize the electricity by plastic? Okay, so let me see what we have already studied today in today's session. We have studied a lot about the different colored dustbin. Why do we use the colored dustbin for segregating the different types of waste materials? Then we have discussed about the different garbage control, how we can control the different garbages by using the 5R systems, right? Then we have studied about the recycling of the paper, how the papers are recycled, and how to make the new paper out of the old paper, and how you can make it at home also. And finally, we have studied about the importance and the impacts of the plastic in the environment. So these are all the different topic of discussion which we have already discussed in today's session, right? So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with Swiflearn. We will again meet in some other session. Okay, so already I know that you have subscribed our channel. Those who have not subscribed it, please subscribe our channel, press the bell icon, and never miss any of the update of the upcoming session. So stay with Swiflearn, stay with us, and like, comment, and share with your friends and family members. We will again meet in another session. So till then, bye bye.